Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the course. Of course, this is our first check-in. You probably already saw your email that I sent out a few days ago, but I just wanted to give an orientation of what's going to be opening up on Monday when the course technically starts. Usually on Saturday before the next week, I do a check-in video. And I do it on Saturday because I want to give you the opportunity to jump into the material early if you finish the material that was due the week prior. So that gives you a little bit of a chance to catch up because I know you have a lot of classes and I want to make sure that this class provides adequate time for you to get your work done. This is an online course, so we don't have a lecture that we have to log into every week. Your lectures are pre-recorded and everything is online. However, I am happy to meet at any point in time throughout the week that you might have questions. So if you shoot me an email, we'll set something up. We could talk via Zoom. I also have a time slotted out during the class session, Mondays from 10 to noon, if you want to talk then. So I try to make myself available whenever you need me. I get back to emails, of course, within 24 hours, usually a lot faster than that. But you can email me anytime, and I'm happy to get back with you. Of course, if you email me at midnight, it might take me a little bit to get back with you because I might be sleeping or such. But I'll get back with you as soon as I'm able to. So I know a lot of you work later in the evening. Just feel free to email me, and I usually get back to you the next morning. So let's look at the course really quickly. So this is an online course. If this is the first time that you've taken an online course in Blackboard, it's going to be a little unique. I will say that I'm going to have a little bit of a different view than you will, but I'm going to scale over. You're not going to see anything under course management, but you will see the section that we'll highlight here in a bit. So if you take a look at the left side of the screen here, you'll see a few things. The announcement section, the course syllabus section, the course content section, resources, tools, instructor, my PMI email, library, and the help desk. I want to point out a few things that are really important. Right now, I'm on the announcement section. That's where this video will be posted. That's where your check-ins will be. That's where general school and class announcements will be located. So first thing that pops up when you log into Blackboard. So make sure you take a look at that every single day because there could be something new. Sometimes it'll email you, but most of the time you need to log in and check. The next section is the course syllabus section. Now I'm going to jump into that. In this section, you're going to have a few things: the syllabus, PPS, course guide, and core competencies. Let's open one to take a look, the syllabus especially. Mind you, as I open this, a lot of you will notice I have a Mac computer, so it might look different in Word. Of course, the document might look a little improved in Microsoft Word, but I'm using Pages here just on my home computer. So you're going to see a little bit about the class online, right? You're going to have information in here that's going to be helpful. One thing that I wanted to highlight, and you'll have to read through the syllabus, so it's kind of a lot of it's standard stuff, but the way we're evaluated in this class is a few different things. We have an APA presentation, which is 25% of our grade. We'll talk about that in the future because it's not going to be due later. It's going to be due way later in the semester. We have 10 homework sessions, and we'll look at that here in a bit. You have your PPS points, which are already going to be preloaded at 100%. So if you miss anything, if there's any issues in class, that's deducted from the PPS points. You have your discussion board post, which we'll talk about here in a minute as well. That's going to be 10% of your final grade, and then you have a final exam. You'll notice no midterm in this class. Your APA presentation is much like your midterm, so that's really important to consider. And in communication, right, we have course objectives. The main thing we want to learn how to do is to communicate effectively and to make sure that you're ready when you jump into the healthcare field, that you're successful in all methods of communication, both verbal, nonverbal, and writing. All the things we're going to look at in this upcoming few chapters. So if you have any questions here in the syllabus, please feel free to let me know and make sure you read over it on your own time. Another thing I'll point out is the course schedule. That's going to be here located where it says June 2024. Make sure you take a look at that. That'll tell you what's due every week, and it's important to keep track of things. So I take a look at that often, but that can change. So if we have updates to the schedule, that can change as well. So be sure to take a look at that. Take a look at the course content section, which is located right below the syllabus. This is where the hub of your work is going to be, in the course content section. So the course content section is going to have another outline of office hours that I have Mondays from 10 a.m. to noon. If you need me, please reach out. In order to set up a Zoom call for for us, you need to make sure that you email me because I want to make sure that I'm on at the same time. Sometimes Zoom has issues, so just email me and we'll set up a time if it's Monday. If it's Monday from 10 a.m. to noon, that's cool. If not, we can do it another day. Also, from 10 a.m. to noon, when our classes are, that's going to be free time for you to make sure that you jump into this material and get this work done. So make sure to take a look at that. So you're going to see a few things. The cool thing about Flat World is the text is going to be located, of course, in Blackboard as well as on a hard copy. So if you click on this Applied Communication for Healthcare, it'll pull up the text for you. So be sure to take a look at that when you get a chance. Another thing that I want to point out is each week you're going to have a week that opens. So we're on week 1, Effective Communication Introduction. So when you open that, we're going to have all the material that's due this week and our lecture. So we'll pop into that in a minute. And our discussion board grading rubric is also located here. And we'll learn more about a discussion board when we click on week 1. So as I click on week 1, you're going to see a few things, a few videos. I try to have videos that connect with the class as well outside the lecture, and I keep the lectures to 15 minutes or less. Some of them are 2 videos, but each video is going to be 15 minutes or less because studies show, right, in communication after 15 minutes people start to zone out. So I want to give you a break after 15 minutes. But the lecture is located here, Applied Communication Chapter 1, so be sure to take a look at that and to review it. So that is open here for you to take a look at, Chapter 1. Another cool thing, we have 2 videos, how to speak so people want to listen, and the human connection. Both are TED Talks, and TED Talks have a lot of great information about public speaking, about communication and such, so take a look at those. They really are relevant to the class. Many of them are kind of old, but they're still relevant because I've watched these and proved them, so be sure to take a look at that. Again, you can read your text online, which is really cool. There's videos on Flat World as well for you to take a look at. So if you click on that link there, we're supposed to read Chapter 1. It'll take you right to Chapter 1 and you can go through it that way. There is even a way, if you highlight the text, it'll read to you. So your computer can read to you. It's kind of in a monotone voice, but if you want to learn how to do that, please let me know, and I'm happy to help you listen to it instead of reading it per se. So you have 2 things that are due this week. Oh, I forgot to mention. You have your Chapter 1 PowerPoint slides, which I use in the lecture. You can take a look at that and take notes if you want to print it and such. So those are located right there under your text. You have 2 things due this week. Homework for Chapter 1. Homework for Chapter 1 is multiple choice, right? You click on the link. It takes you to a Flat World section where it has multiple choice questions based on the text that you read and based on, of course, what we had an overview in the lecture. And then you have this all-important discussion post. Remember, we talked about all your discussion posts are worth 10% of your final grade. So your discussion posts are going to be due, of course, and this needs to be updated. So let me update that real quick, and I'll get back. Fixed it. So the challenge sometimes is, sometimes classes, right, start in the middle of the week. This class starts Monday, so it gives us time to get our discussion post done on time. So you have a few days to read the chapter, but your discussion board is going to be your overview of what you read in the chapter and what you witnessed or viewed in the lecture or the videos. It could be anything that you've had in the first module. So for discussion number 1, effective communication, you want to talk about what you learned in the first module. You have to post an initial post of 200 words by midnight, an overview. So you can't use AI for this. Do not use AI for this. Make sure it's in your own words, and you post what you learned in that chapter. And it shouldn't be like section this is this, section this is this. It should be an overview. I learned this because of this. I can use it in healthcare because of this. You know, certain things that really apply to you personally. So that's due Wednesday. So Wednesday by midnight, 200 words at least. That makes sure that you jumped into the chapter and you read the material and you were fascinated per se with something. Then you have to have a reply to another student by Sunday at midnight, and it has to be at least 50 words. So you need to read their post and really maybe agree with them or offer more insight that you might find that could be helpful for them. Anything that you feel that could add to their post. So that's due by Sunday at midnight. So make sure you do 2 posts in your discussion board every week that it's due. And then each week, of course, if there's a discussion post due, it'll be listed in the course content section. So that's going to be due Wednesday and Sunday. So make sure you get those done on time. If you miss one, it's like half the grade. So you don't want a 50% in this. You want to get 100. It's really easy. Just make sure you do your work. And for your reply, it can't be yes, I agree, or something very minimal. It needs to be substantial, right? 50 words at least. Your homework is also due June 16th, which is Sunday at midnight. So be sure to take a look and get that done as well. So that's due a week from Sunday. I recorded this on a Saturday morning, so a week from tomorrow for me. So that's what's due this week. I'm going to have another post just to highlight things, not a video, but some more information Monday when we start the class. But this is a good start, right? So make sure you jump in, start looking at everything, and get things taken care of. I want to highlight a few more things, and I'll hop off because this is starting to get to be a long video. You have resources on the left side of the tab. I'm going to click on that. Your resource section will take you to the Flat World textbook. You can open that and be taken straight to version 2 of Flat World, like we've talked about earlier, much of which the same link is in the course content. Tools, if you click on tools, you're going to have a lot of cool things from PIMA itself. You can take a look at different things, your grades, your calendar, all that kind of fun stuff. Some stuff we use and some stuff we don't. And I will be able to point out if we need to jump into this in the future. Instructor tab talks a little bit about me. I don't want to go over this too much, but I've been in healthcare for an extended period, working healthcare administration. I'm currently at Providence St. Joseph Health as a director of ops for our Southwest Washington region. I have I have all of primary care, our immediate cares, our urgent cares, and oversight of a few specialties as well. I'm finishing a doctorate in business administration. I have 4 classes left. It's been a long, tiresome process. So I'm in school too, you guys, so I know the pain of getting through things, but learning is very, very helpful for your future. And I think you're going to get a lot out of this class, just as I've gotten much out of my classes. But you can read a little bit about me if you want. The biggest thing I want you to realize is I'm here to help you in any way I can. This class is not supposed to be intimidating or ultra challenging. We'll work together and learn together to make sure that we have a good grade when this class ends and we learned what we needed to learn. All right, so if there's anything else that pops up, please let me know. Another thing is your PMI library. You can access that. I think it's really cool. You have a lot of free resources there, and we'll talk more about the library as we start researching for our paper. All right, I've talked a long time. So that's pretty much a great summary of the class. A lot of detail here. Make sure you watch this video. If you need to pause it, go back. You're able to do that. But biggest thing is, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And in this post, of course, you'll see some of the due date items that are due for week 1. Reach out if you have any questions. I'm looking forward to talking to a lot of you. I'm looking forward to learning together over the next number of weeks. Thanks so much.